She sort of had a look at me and had a look at my lips and she said, "Darling, what's wrong with your lips?" Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. For the video today, I'm doing something a little exciting. I've actually gone out for the first time in ages since all of this isolation, and I'm getting a beauty treatment done. Now, I'm not wearing much makeup, I'm wearing a little bit on the face, no eye makeup because I might cry it off, and no lipstick. I am just wearing lip balm because I'm about to go and get my lips tattooed, or lipstick tattooed on. So I'm very excited. I've never had anything like this done before, but it's nearly time for my appointment, so I'm just gonna head in. Alright, I am done. I'm just gonna sit you down. It's about 2 hours later, and I feel like I'm talking a little bit funny, first of all, because my mouth was heavily numbed and my lips are still swollen. So I feel like I kind of have that dentist mouth, or when you finish up with a dentist, that's what it feels like. Now my lips definitely look really swollen, almost like I've had lip injections or something, just because obviously there was a needle going in and out, but I know that swelling will go down soon. Again, I can't speak because of my mouth, plus the healing sort of treatment or ointment that was put on. It looks like lip gloss. It feels really gluey. But I thought I'd say as well, I don't think I said yet, I went to Cosmetic Tattoo in Brisbane, which is really lovely. This is obviously my first time going there, first time getting any cosmetic tattooing, and the lady who did the service was wonderful. Daisy, she definitely made me feel at ease and comfortable and took care of everything really well. Again, it only took about 2 hours to do all of this for the first treatment. Now I am going back for kind of a touch-up. She mentioned that most people would come back and get a teeny bit touched up, but I was bruising pretty bad, as to be expected for my skin type. And I'm a bruiser and a bleeder, but with that being said, I think for the first day, and not even first day, like 30 minutes after the treatment, I'm pretty happy. I know obviously it might look a little crazy, and this isn't the look I want all the time, but I think the shape is good. Obviously when it settles down and isn't as swollen, I think it will suit my face quite well, and I'm excited to see how the colour looks once everything bruising wise has sort of disappeared. So very happy. But I think for now what I'm going to do is just get on with my day, and I will check in when I have any updates. Alright, I'm still in the car, or I did hop out and I've hopped back in. It's actually a little while since I checked in before, like 2 hours. I've just gone into the shops to do some shopping, get some groceries, and I also got my nails done. Just a little infill, and I have pink glittery nails now. But when I was in there getting my nails done, it was very normal. I was just sort of getting them done, and the nail tech was doing them. And out of the blue, because we weren't really chatting, she sort of had a look at me and had a look at my lips, and she said, "Darling, what's wrong with your lips?" Which was a little blunt, but I thought it was kind of funny. I just explained to her what I did in the morning, and we actually had a good chat about that. She was kind of interested, but I guess she noticed the bruising and just wanted to ask about it. I do think though, now, and the reason why I'm updating so soon to my previous update is because it's changed a fair bit. So before, when I checked in, I think I was still quite numb, and it just basically took all the blood out of my lips. But now they're feeling a lot more normal. The numbing has almost all worn off, I would say. Or maybe it is worn off and swelling just makes it feel weird. But now that the blood has come back to my lips, I feel like the color's a little bit more easy to see. And yes, my makeup's a little bit crazy because it's all been rubbed off and pushed around. But before, I think in the middle there, it was really not showing like it had any color, or even on the top lip up there. But now I feel like it's quite easy to see, and it's almost covered up the bruising a little bit. I mean, I think I've got some bruising there, but that was expected. I knew that I would bruise, but it's not so bad as far as I have seen. Of course, maybe some more will pop up, but I think I'm doing okay. But yeah, even though it's quite soon to when I previously updated, I thought it was a reasonable time to update, just because it does look pretty different compared to when I first had it done. And obviously it's only a few hours out. Now, it's been like 2.5 hours since I had it completed, and I was told to wait kind of 4 hours with this current cream on, or as long as I can, and not to have hot drinks for a little bit, probably until I'm no longer numb and I can ice later if I want. I probably will, just to try and help along the bruising that I'm having. But I think that's pretty much it for aftercare. In a few weeks I'll go back and get a touch-up, which I probably mentioned before, and when I get that done I'll get a bit more colour than I think most people would, since I didn't get kind of like a full amount done today. The lady who did my lips said it was about 80%. I think that's everything to update on. Now I'm actually going to go home and take off my makeup and try and relax a little bit, and I will check in with you probably tomorrow. Alright everyone, it is the next day. I've just gotten home from work, so it's about 24 hours or just a little bit over since the cosmetic tattoo, and I'm not wearing any makeup just because I was at work. I was wearing a face mask all day, so I didn't bother with that today, and I feel like the lips are looking pretty good. I'm still really annoyed. I don't know if I said yesterday, but I had a tiny little spot just up there that sprung up right before I had it done, so I feel like that is making it look a little bit funny. But overall, the colour seems pretty even. It is dark and it's going to fade a lot by the time that it's fully healed. So bearing that in mind, I'm pretty happy. I think even it doesn't look too dark. Like, I could honestly go out of the house and not feel too weird. Yeah, I thought that I'd be quite bruised and still swollen at this point, but honestly, after my last check-in yesterday, all of the swelling went. So things are going really well. And I think that it may get worse before it gets better. I have heard that it is going to flake a little bit or get dry, but I've just been smothering my lips in this cream that I was given. It isn't labeled or anything, so I need to check what it is. Obviously it would be something moisturizing, but I don't know if it's a normal sort of tattoo healing type cream. I'll have to check with the lady who did my lips, but I'm very happy. They don't hurt. I feel like maybe they feel a little bit windburnt, so there's no pain or anything, and it doesn't even really feel that uncomfortable because, like I said, I'm just making sure they're well moisturized. But now that I'm home for the day, I'm just going to go about the rest of my day and night, and I'll check in tomorrow, or if not, I'll check in when there's ever anything that I need to update on. Alright, I finished another day of work and I'm home. It is now just over 48 hours since the cosmetic tattoo was done, so it is day 2 of healing, I guess, and I thought I'd update since my lips are definitely feeling quite dry. I did put makeup on, of course, and I feel like I felt fine when I wasn't wearing my mask today. The colour I'm happy with again. I think maybe it looks a little bit lighter than yesterday. It could already be fading, but it is definitely starting to flake. Bear in mind I am smothering it, or my lips, in the cream that I was given, and there's no good way to show this. You can just see texture-wise that they are quite dry. And there's a little bit that I think is about to peel on the top. But I'm not touching it. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I'm not putting anything on my lips apart from that cream. And of course makeup was just away from my lips around it. So again, I feel like I'm going okay. It's not painful peeling as well. It doesn't feel like a burn peel. It feels kind of like when you have liquid lipstick on all day and then at the end of the day it feels dry. That's exactly what this feels like. Same texture too, I feel. If it was a normal day, I just feel like it'd be dry skin anyway. But of course, it's not a temporary lipstick. This is a semi-permanent cosmetic tattoo, and I'm just being really careful. I'm going to continue to follow instructions and see how I go. Of course, any updates coming over the next few days, I'll continue to share. Hey everyone, so currently when I film this, I am 2 weeks since getting my lips done, and I have a few updates now that they're fully healed. Basically in the time since my last clip, up until now, I went through the peeling stage, and that was pretty much from day 4 to day 7, and it's just exactly what it sounds like. In all up of my lips, they pretty much peeled off, slowly but surely, and it definitely took all of my restraint not to pick or touch it when it was peeling. It wasn't painful, like I think I said in the previous clip, how it just felt like really dry liquid lipstick. But if you've ever had dry lips in winter, just when the lips start to peel a little bit, I guess that's what it was like. And I think the only thing that I did to try and prevent myself picking it or, you know, anything like that was just packing on the balm that I was given. That was really helpful. Also, I did look into what that was, and it was a regular post-tattoo treatment. The one that I was given was the Heal Balm from Revitalize Australia. So I've just been using that until the week mark when it ran out. I had it in a tiny little pot and that's all done. And then since then I've just been using regular lip balm. I was also advised not to use pawpaw cream, so I thought I'd mention that now. I asked why and I was told that apparently it has some sort of enzyme in it that would kind of cause it to fade, the lips or the pigment to fade, so obviously I didn't want to do that. I've just been using regular lip balm. Now, like I said, it's pretty much 2 weeks since I had the lipstick tattoo, and I was told that at the week mark I was able to wear makeup or lipstick again, and while normally that would be something I would do, I just haven't felt the need, because I feel like with this colour where it's at now, this is the sort of shade that I'd gravitate towards if I was picking a neutral lip, like a lipstick or something. So this has been fine for my everyday. I think maybe one of the days in the past week I've put on a little bit of lip liner just when I was going out, and that was still matching the same colour, just because I had done a full face and I thought I wanted a little bit more oomph. But I haven't changed the colour or anything like that. Of course, if I do want to go for pink or red, I still can, but I'm pretty much always set for having my natural lips or nude sort of lip colour that I prefer. And this sort of rosy neutral tone I think is my preference, so I'm really happy with what I picked. I am just wearing lip balm at the moment, that's why my lips are shiny, but that's the colour. Also, I feel like I haven't said anywhere in this whole entire video that getting this done was quite appealing to me just because I had such pale lips. Obviously I definitely looked like I had lips. They didn't match the colour of my skin, but they were quite pale, so this really appeals to me, just to always feel like I have something on my lips, and because I wanted to emphasize them without going down the path of getting lip injections. Also, another important point that I did want to mention in this sort of debriefing and talking about aftercare was the fact that I did check and I can still use lip scrubs, which admittedly should have been something I asked before I had it done, but a few days after, when I was starting to peel, I thought, will I ever be able to use lip scrubs again? And I asked, I was told I could after like 10 days or something, and I honestly haven't done it yet, but I know that news is helpful for the time in the future when I will no doubt want to use one of my Lush lip scrubs and just exfoliate my lips a little bit. Also, I know in the previous clips I would have mentioned here or there that I am going for a touch-up. In my case, it will be 3 weeks after getting the initial work done, and I think for some people they might leave it a bit longer. I'm just doing it then because I'm already healed and I want to get it all done, so there's plenty of time between getting the lips tattooed on and my wedding, which is coming up in a few weeks, but that'll of course be well after I'm healed from the second round. I also think I started to explain that the amount I'm getting touched up is a bit more than what people would normally get, not because I'm going darker or anything, but because my first session I didn't have as much put in. I think the tattoo artist said that normally they do like 95%, so majority of the lip colour, or I suppose any colour they might be doing, and the person would come back for a touch-up, so if anything fell out, or just to neaten things up if need be. But in my case I was told it was like 80% of the way there, so if anything over time or after the next session it will just be a little bit darker, and I don't think that it will even be more even, since I'm very happy with the evenness of the colour. And the reason why I'm just getting more done later is because while I was having it done I did start to bruise and bleed pretty badly, which I guess was to be expected for me, but it was just enough that she didn't want to traumatize my lips too bad. So since that was her advice, I took it on board since she's the expert. Now obviously, even though I haven't had my touch-up yet, I thought that now would be a good time to share all of this while it's still pretty fresh, and I suppose most of the healing is done from the first sort of initial application. There wouldn't be as much to share, I feel, from the touch-up. I feel like it'll be a bit more minor and just more of the same. But I think that I'm most of the way on the colour and everything. Like I said, I'm healed, so hopefully getting a look at it here is helpful. And of course I will have put up pictures in the past, and I'll have pictures on screen so you can see before and after and the healing process as well. I'm certain at some point I will do a little update on my lips, how they're doing after the touch-up, so if you're curious you can see how it looks when it's all complete. I think that that might be in some sort of compilation video if I talk about all the things I'm doing prior to my wedding, just bridal beauty prep, rather than a dedicated video, since at this stage I don't think there'll be much to share about the touch-up. Oh, and I also don't think I've said yet, but I was told that this cosmetic tattoo should last about 3 to 4 years, so I'm really excited about that. I think it'll be great to just wake up and have my lips always done. honestly I'm contemplating getting my eyebrows done too, even though I'm someone who has in the past definitely liked changing up my shape regularly, and even the colour. I have said before, I like to bleach them every now and then when I have fresh roots, or sometimes just go for my more natural colour like it is now. But of course having the constant lip colour is really making me think, what it'd be like to have brows done all the time. I think that's a really nice idea, so it's something I'm kicking around in the back of my mind, but something that I'll be doing after my wedding, since I don't think I have enough time to get it sorted. Alright, but now with that, that is everything that I had to share today. So I really hope you found this video interesting or helpful if you're looking at getting something like this done yourself. Again, if you are in the Brisbane area, the place that I went was Panther Cosmetic Tattoo, and it was great. Like I said, it was a great experience. It was in a cute little pink caravan, and the lady who runs the business is amazing. What else? It's all vegan products and cruelty free, so that's another useful thing to know as well. But like I said, I will be leaving you here, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!